Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. So, welcome to everyone who joining us today for the last episode of the Rise to the Challenge series. We have been here for 4 weeks, talking with startup leaders that have been sharing their experiences, their tips for success with all of you, and also how EIT Health has supported them. So, I'm Inês Matias. I'm Business Creation Manager for EIT Health InnoStars. And EIT Health, as you probably know, it's funded by the European Union. We are the largest and most powerful network of healthcare innovators in Europe, and therefore the right beach or the right place for you to moor your boat or your paddleboard. Why are we doing this? So the new wave of EIT Health Accelerator programs, it's here. Deadlines are starting next week. And this is why we've been inviting entrepreneurs, startups who have been doing our programs for a few years now, so they can share your experiences. And so we can convince you that this is definitely the right place for you to get the support you need to launch your company or to make your company grow. So our guest today is Joana Melo, CEO and co-founder of Rise. Rise started their journey as a company in 2015. And they have joined the EIT Health Network in 2017, so quite in the beginning. Welcome, Joana.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very happy to do this live session with you and to share our experience to these last years where EIT has been very helpful to our company.
Thank you, Joana. Thank you. So before we start, let me just remind our audience that so you are watching us either on Facebook or on LinkedIn. You can ask any questions you want to Joana or to our team, okay? Just write them down in the comment section. All the information about all the programs we've been talking about are available. All this information is available on the catalog that will be posted in the comments also by our team. This information plus our contacts are also available at the eithealth.eu website and also at the innostarter.eithealth.eu. So let's start. Joana, tell us what you guys do at Rise and how did you create this company? How did you come up with this idea?
Okay, so at Rise, we work with doctors to help them to deliver safer radiation therapy by ensuring proper radiation dose at the right place. As you may know, radiation therapy is a treatment where radiation is used to kill cancer cells, and it is considered one of the most common therapies to treat cancer. Just to have an idea, 60% of all cancer cases should receive radiation therapy at least one time during the course of their treatment. And it has evolved a lot in recent years. A lot of new machines are launched every year in order to deliver the treatment in a very precise and safe way. But the treatment plan is still based in image and theoretical algorithms. And because of that, the guarantee that the prescribed dose is precisely delivered to the patient is still a challenge.
Okay. So it's not very quantitative. It is, but not super precisely. Okay. And this is what you're aiming to solve.
Yeah, actually, it is during the treatment delivered, the doctors don't have proper tools to verify if the treatment plan created before is actually delivered to the patient. And this was our challenge. So we developed a solution that monitors in real time the amount of radiation delivered to the patient. And with that information, we compare with the treatment plan, and we can tell the doctors if there is any deviation or any problem during the treatment. With this, the doctors can correct deviations, increase the quality of the treatment, and guarantee the safety for the patient. That is our goal.
How did you come up with this idea? Because you are two co-founders, right?
Yes, at the moment, Louise and I are the co-founders of New Rise. Actually, when this project started, I wasn't in the company yet. But let me go a little bit at our beginning. So it was when Louise was doing his master thesis. He was testing and developing instrumentation for a new technology. And the one professor that was aware about the lack of this device for treatment verification during radiotherapy treatment challenged him to test for this application. And then things just started to happen without too much resistance. So yeah, just started to happen. He tested the technology, he got some results, and then after some entrepreneurship programs and competitions, he started the company, and then I joined him in 2016.
Cool. Okay, very cool. And this is actually, I mean, we're already in the 4th episode, and I think it's something that's coming out very often, that ideas, solutions come either from people's problems that they face in their daily lives, or during some research you're doing, and then someone challenges, why don't you apply this to other areas? So I think here a good tip is be open, like open mind to everything. So cool. So
yeah, I will say more because I would say that in our case, this just didn't start because we wanted to be entrepreneurs or because we were doing research in a good thing or with a good technology, but because it was their customer pain actually. So I think this was a really good start because we already knew that the customers needed something like this.
There was a pre-validation of the
Exactly.
actual existing problem. Cool. So you mentioned that you were not like, oh, we want to be entrepreneurs. So you are both engineers. I meant, yeah, engineers.
Yes.
And you came up with this problem and you had a solution. And this leads me to the second question I have, because so as an engineer, you don't have that business background. So you felt the need to go through some programs, acceleration programs, to get that expertise. And among others, you started very early in the EIT Health Accelerator portfolio, right? So the first program you did was in 2017, which is one of our very first opportunities, the InnoStars Awards. So now you are the perfect example of what in EIT Health we call the startup journey, because you started early and year by year, steadily, you're moving forward in our programs journey. So you're moving in the, let's say, more into the more advanced programs. I would like you to briefly talk about each programs, but I will guide you. So InnoStars Awards 2017. Why did you apply, and what did you took out of this program?
Yeah. So taking your comment about our background, that is engineering and science. So that time we were so focused in the technology that we felt that we needed to look for some other experience to try to develop also the business side of our company. And that time, actually, we were in Boston doing the Mass Challenge program, and we applied for the InnoStars to build this business plan and try to put in the paper some ideas, some strategies that will be suitable for the European and the US market. So it was how we started to think more about the business side. That of course is important, and we have been lucky because, as you said, we have been in different programs in the EIT Health during the last years. and this has been really helpful to fulfill this lack of business experience we have in our team.
So in a sort of words, you actually put everything you had into a business plan. The year after, you participated in the Head Start, which is a program that it's no longer part of EIT Health portfolio, but where you got some money to do your validation steps. But at that year, you also participated in the Health Venture Lab, which this year it's in our catalog as Reactor, which is a boot camp organized and led by GE Healthcare in Budapest. How was this boot camp, the Health Venture Lab?
Well, again, so we, besides we keep thinking about the business side of our company, as engineers, we always ended to focus more in the technology. And since early, we started to work with some hospital and getting validation and clinical and technical validation from those pilots. But when we thought about applying for the Health Venture Lab, the reason was because we wanted to develop more how to commercialize this technology.
And here you were working with a potential client, right? With one of the biggest companies in the world, not only focused in medtech but also digital health. So you were working directly with the mentors, with experts from GE?
We worked with some GE experts, as I said, more in the sales side. Okay. We got some meetings with some sales experts that helped us to create a clear plan and strategy to commercialize our product in Europe. But besides that, we also got some sessions with other employees and engineers in the GE Healthcare to try to learn more about logistics and how to in terms of operation, how we could handle also this part of the business and could relate with the sales, of course. But this was a very important trigger, at least to us as a team, to think more about the commercialization
side.
And even for the pilots, we started to think, okay, we need to do it to get the clinical evidence, but we also need to find some paid pilots. And this was when we started to think this, okay, we need to start to think about getting a revenue.
So it was a turning point. And yes. Then the year after, you went for the EIT Health Catapult. This is a competition where you were competing in medtech category, right? And you reached the semifinals, right?
Yeah.
And until the semifinal, unfortunately, then in the semifinal you didn't move to the final. But until that moment where it was a big event in 2019, I don't remember in which city it was.
It was in San Sebastian.
San Sebastian. Okay, so what happened there? And until that moment, so this is a program where startups right now they need to have either raised or in sales €500,000. So we are looking for the best of the best. And this is for companies that want to get visibility in the European landscape, in investors, industry partners. But you got some mentoring, right? You got some mentoring and some support to get there. So tell us a bit about that.
So we applied for Catapult because that time we were starting our fundraising, and we thought this program would be a good option to find European investors, and that was the case actually. So it really happened, and despite our disappointment for not getting to the final, the mentoring received during the program helped us to improve our pitch. And actually, we also met some other partners in the EIT that helped us then in other issues. But yeah, I think our experience through the catapult was not so good because maybe we weren't ready. We felt that catapult is more for startups that are looking for Series A, and that wasn't our case. And
at the time, the criteria, the eligibility criteria are not the same. So this year and since last year, we have this criteria that startups have to have raised at least €500,000 in public or private funding, and that's also pointing already towards a more mature companies. But even though you got what you were looking for, so investors and industry contacts.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
At the same time,
go ahead. I'm sorry, Ines. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just
you're
about
the one we want to listen.
Yeah, I was just about to saying that we felt that we were the most early startup there. For example, most of the startups already were funded with millions of euros in private equity or had already regulatory approvals. And I think, of course, we weren't ready that time for the program, at least for the type of investors that were there, because as I said, they were most for the Series A, and they were looking for startups that were already creating revenue. But anyway, we got the feedback from the mentors and those investors,
and the investors, and
we have the contacts for the right time.
Great. So the year after, you went to one of our most recent programs called Gold Track. I think Gold Track, it's like I always call it as the Shark Tank of EIT Health, where you go, you apply, there's an evaluation. If you are selected to attend this workshop, and in the workshop you pitch and you have to convince one at least of the experts in the expert council to work with you. And this is like by ringing a bell. So that's why I always think about Shark Tank. So this was in Barcelona precisely 1 year and 1 month ago, or something like this. I remember it was the last travel I did. And we were in Barcelona for that, and you were selected. So what happened in the 4 months you were in the Gold Track program receiving support from those experts?
Ines, I lost you for some seconds. But
sorry.
I think I got your question. So you were asking about Gold Track. You said that is the like the Shark Tank.
Exactly.
But for us, it's like the Gold Star program, because it was very, very helpful and useful for us.
You were there for 4 months, right? You were during 4 months receiving the support of the experts.
No, actually, it was more, because we stayed during 2 sprints.
So 8 months, because Gold Track is in sprints of 4 months. So how was it? What did you do with that?
So I remember the day we were in Barcelona at TS School to present our company, and I just said to Luis, we need to get into this, because since the first moment we felt that we could get the help we needed at that time, and we got this, and then the program starts with a deep dive of our business, and from that day we already start to learn and identify needs and challenges that we have ahead.
Who was the person working with you? So it was C-level experts from
exactly
world-known companies, right?
Yes. In the first sprint, we worked with a regulatory expert, because we decided that we would focus to define our regulatory process in the US, and we did an amazing work. And actually, after that, we followed this work through Bridgehead, what we have been done now, and we are working with the same expert. So
this,
we are
this keeps
continuing.
going. Yeah.
Exactly. And during the second sprint, we worked with the CIO of GE Healthcare, the Chief Innovation Officer, now retired. But he helped us to clarify our IP strategy. We evaluated the patents we already submitted, and tried to define a plan to expand this portfolio. So at the end, this program resulted in an increase in the value of our company. That is for sure. And now we are much more comfortable to present our company to investors, and looking for a better valuation at this moment for the company.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Let me just remind our audience on Facebook, on LinkedIn, that you can make questions to Joana or to our team, okay? We will be answering and selecting a few of them. Just post your questions on the comment sections, and we will choose. It can be even, I don't know, you can ask wherever you want. Joana, did having, because every time a startup participates in one of our programs, you basically start using the logo of EIT Health, supported by EIT Health. You are part of our network. Did the EIT Health logo in your website, your communications, or just in your back, like we are supported by EIT Health, did it have an impact in your fundraising journey, in the fact that you have been and you are now doing pilots with private hospitals? Did this have an impact in all the things you achieved, in all the negotiations you had, and how do people perceive this?
Well, it's natural that from EIT Health we have opened some doors. But I wouldn't say that is the logo that has an impact on this. I mean, I believe that are the results we got from each program and our progress that has an impact, either with investors or KOLs, or when we talk with a new hospital. So, of course, it's when we tell the story about our achievements and how we have progressed, that help us. And of course, the EIT is directly related with that.
I think there are two ways, at least, where this happens. So, of course, every time some industry partner or investor is interested in your company, they immediately go to your websites and social media. And this is another great tip. It's important to have it, okay? Don't think, we don't need a website. We are not selling yet. No. This is your digital print. So if it doesn't exist, no one will. It will be impossible to know that you're there. Exactly, it's your digital visit card. So this is very important. So I think that's one side, like, oh, they were supported by EIT Health, so let me say. And then there's all the knowledge that you get from I sometimes I have startups telling me, oh, but we don't need another training program. The thing is that this is, of course, you have very early stage training programs like boot camps, but even there, I mean, the network you get, the additional knowledge, I mean, no one knows everything, right? So you will always learn something. The worst case scenario, the way you're thinking and the way you're seeing your business is challenged. So either you validate it or oh no, maybe I should change something. So there's much more than winning a prize, winning a grant, or learning, going through a boot camp and learning something new. So there's a lot of non-tangible things that you get by being part of the network. And I think you just illustrated that very, very well. Yeah. So what is your next steps? You're still going through so you're still in the Bridgehead Global program, which is the program that helps you to expand your business to other markets outside of Europe. So how is that going, and what are New Rise next steps?
So, as I said, we are continuing these plans that started with Gold Track. So we keep working with the regulatory expert in the US to help us to define our strategy for the FDA approval, and we just submit our pre-submission meeting request that will happen in April. So the things are advancing quite well. So just to make a little bit more context, so for the Bridget Global, we choose US as the target market. And now our plans are closing our fundraising. That I can say that is very, very close to happen. So maybe next week we will share news about it.
And we will also share it, because we always get very happy by our startup successes. So that will be also one of our success.
Yeah. So and the funds that we are looking at exactly for that, to get the approvals for the US and European market, to transform these prototypes we have in a commercial product, and enter into these markets.
Okay.
So that is what we have in hands. Of course, with the fundraising, we'll also grow our team. So yeah. So
that sounds like a busy 2021.
Yes, I think so. It will be, and besides all these crises we are facing, I believe this year will be a very good one for New Rise.
So, Joana, thank you. I'm not seeing any question. I'm seeing a lot of people just cheering and saying that your journey is very interesting. People cheering for you, like keeping their fingers crossed for your successful journey. But I think that, again, you're the perfect example of a perfect startup journey in EIT Health. So I think it was very clear, and I want to thank you very much for sharing this with us and with our audience, the entrepreneurs, startups, that we really hope that they will be coming to our network very soon. Do you have any last tip?
Well, thank you too for the invitation. I think our secret these last years has been to look for what we need, and to be. Besides, we applied for all these programs. We were very selective each year which ones we will join, because of course it takes effort, and if we want to take advantage, we need to be selective. But besides that, our secret has been to be honest to the mentors, to the investors, to the people of the network, so they can really help us. We don't try to make the things bigger than they are. Sometimes actually we are too low profile, and we should be more enthusiastic about our achievements. But the thing is, really try to find the help in a very clear and transparent way. One thing that I want to highlight through all these programs, one thing that was essential was the mentoring network. Every year we got some grants to use in this network of mentors, and even today we still work closely to some of those mentors. They keep guiding us, and for sure it's also something very special we get from the EIT. So if the people that are listening want to know more, and if you have any question, please feel free to reach out through the LinkedIn or something that we can share more experience.
Joana Melo or New Rise on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Joana, thank you so much. That was such a great tip. Especially, don't go everywhere, but choose, select, be selective, and put all your efforts, all your A game in the applications you're looking for, because it's better to really push one good application than submit several that are not very good. Joana, thank you so much. So
Thank you
this
too,
is it. This is it. I hope it's the last episode. I'm a bit emotional, have to say. I really enjoyed doing this. I hope that our audience enjoyed the 4 episodes. It was 4 episodes, 4 weeks, 4 startup leaders, 4 different countries sharing their experiences, their tips on their successful journey. And where it was clear that EIT Health can really give you the support you need to just launch your company or grow the company with us. So the deadlines for 2021 acceleration programs are here. It starts next week. The first deadlines are 16th of March. Okay, so don't wait. Go to the catalog, read all the information. If you need help, contact our team and apply. Okay, join our network, join EIT Health, and grow your company to Europe, but also beyond, as you could see today. So I like to thank you, everyone, for being with us for these 4 weeks, and I hope to see you all very soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.